What's up, everyone? I'm at the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. It's pretty dope. It's basically like a mix of vintage racing. It's in Shenley Park, which is in Pittsburgh. Huge park. It's kind of like a Central Park type of very large, massive public park. They shut it down. They have vintage car racing through the park, which is pretty awesome. As well as then they have a bunch of different areas for like every car manufacturer. So I'm in the BMW section, which is a Mercedes section, which is on German Hill. So it's Mercedes, BMW, Porsche, Audi, but pretty much every manufacturer. There's a Mustang section, a Camaro section, like there's the exotic section, there's the cars and coffee, which I go there. Pittsburgh Cars and Coffee has a section. Tends to be a lot of like Italian exotic cars. But I'm mainly going to focus on BMW because that's what I have. And I'm going to start off with my all-time favorite, or at least one of mine. It's a mix between this and the BMW M Coupe, my all-time favorite BMWs. The reason why I love my M2 so much is because it reminds me of this very BMW, which is the M3 that was out when I learned how to drive when I was in high school. The E46 M3. It's by far my favorite BMW. Now, unfortunately, that was out like 2003 to 2006. So, unfortunately, since then, BMWs keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger to the point now, how loud is that? To the point now that the M3, M4, which is a coupe and sedan, are as big as the old 5 Series. And now the M2 is the size of what the old M3 used to be. So my M2, dimensions wise, happens to be very close, pretty much the same exact size as the E46 M3, which is why I love it so dearly. It's pretty much an upgrade. I feel like my M2 is pretty much the real successor to this car. So let's start with that. So first, like I said, right here, BMW E46, easily my favorite BMW. But the pure amount of BMWs here right now, I mean, they're fucking everywhere. There's at least, it's probably like 300 BMWs. I'll try to walk around and show as many of them as possible. But it's like, it's insane how many cars are here right now, to be honest. There's a bunch of 2 Series right here. I love the size of the 2. Oh my God, there's even more. I didn't even realize there was Beamers back there too. They're literally everywhere, which is awesome, but I'm just saying. Got a bunch of SUVs, which have a place. I'm not an SUV guy, but they definitely have a place. More Beamers. More Beamers. Got more Beamers. Pretty nice F82 M4. Now that 8 Series back there, right here, if I get a bigger car, which I actually like small cars, if I decide to get a bigger car, I might go for that 8. They're a good size, and they have twin turbo V8s. So here we have a bunch of Z3s, classics. Also pretty dope, but actually a little too small for me, as much as I like small cars. Over here, this is pretty interesting. It's an M3. This is the one generation that had V8s, and this thing looks like it has a crazy supercharger on it. It's pretty dope. Then over here, we got a bunch of M's lined up. So this is classic M6 in very, very good condition. It's fucking beautiful, to say the least. Next to an E46. My favorite M3 once again. I think I'd just get one, honestly. I'm gonna get one at some point. Although I feel like having my M2 is kind of like having an E46. But I'm sure at some point I'm gonna get a classic E46. I literally love that car. It's a big emotional connection. Also, look at this. I forget the exact color of this blue in the M4, but it's very nice. It's almost Laguna Seca blue, which did used to come on the E46, which was my favorite. Once again, if I haven't said that. So here's a Long Beach blue M2. I almost got a Long Beach M2, but I had too many miles on it, so I got the one I got. But I would have definitely preferred that color. Because yeah, I'm actually not the biggest fan of white cars, although I think I did good things to my car to spice it up, so it doesn't look plain as fuck with the gold rims and the black stripe. But yeah, I would have preferred that Long Beach blue, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime I see one, which is rare, I really see M2s, although there's a good, like, there's probably 10 M2s here, which I rarely see M2s to begin with. In all honesty, it's rare. They're extremely, you don't see them a lot. I see them at car shows. I'll see like one, whereas you see a lot of M3s and M4s. But yeah, there's like 10 here. This is a pretty big show though, so there's cars from all over the country here, or at least all over, like, you know, Mid-East, Northeast area. Like, I've seen some cars from like Virginia, like they're coming. So right here we got a Z8. Another all-time classic. These are extremely hard to find. I remember in high school there was someone in my neighborhood who had one, but it's really dope. They've gone up in value a lot. They're just so rare. You can't really even find them for sale, so Z8's fucking awesome. There's been a ton of 2002s, which if you're in the BMWs, you know what these are. There's a ton of throwback Beamers here. I mean, just fucking, this is like BMW heaven. And I haven't even showed most of them, to be honest. The old 8 Series. Another one of my top favorite BMWs. Might be my favorite behind the E46 M3, to be honest. I love the 8 Series. The 90s, that car was like so dope. So dope. More classic, dope BMWs. They just go on and on. It's amazing. Original M3. Whew. So dope. So dope. Which it seems like they're trying to make the new M2 look like this, whereas the current M2 kind of looks like the E46, which is pretty interesting. I'm not really into it on the new M2 that's gonna come out, to be honest. More dope Beamers. It literally just goes on and on. It's insane. This yellow, kind of variation of this yellow, one of my favorites. That E46 came in Laguna Seca blue, but it also came in like a mustard yellow like this, which I love. If I ever change the color of mine, it's probably gonna be like a blue or a yellow. Again, more dope Beamers. So, what caught me by surprise, and if you made it this long in the video, you get to see my car. But what caught me by surprise when I drove in, I was getting ready to just drive to the back because I came in kind of late anyway. Like, most of the cars are already here. Car events, people usually show up like really early. I got here at like 11:30 a.m. because it's like I trained, went to dinner last night. I've been traveling a little. I was like, I'm not getting up at the butt crack of dawn. I'm like, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna watch the Olympics, and I'll head over. Anyways, I'm driving in. I'm thinking like, all right, I'll just, I'll just drive towards the back, whatever, like everyone set up. And they're like, no, park right here in the second row. I'm like, really? I'm like, all right. Like, and there's some dope shit up here. But I'll show you my car. This is literally right where the BMW situation, if you want to call BMW Hill, is also on the corner, one of the corners of the track, which is a really dope view. That's why I've been showing you the racing, but this is right where all the BMW cars start, beginning of the hill. So it's nice to be appreciated. I feel like I almost won an award alone, just with them allowing me to park up here. But without further ado, I'll show you my car. So like I said, this is the beginning of where all the BMWs are. First row, you got the V8 M3. Next to it, M5 Competition. Next to it, M Coupe Clown Shoe. And right behind it is me. My white M2. Gold wheels, black stripe. Yeah. So, pretty happy about that. It's pretty cool that they're like, yeah, you should park up here. But I'll show you the other cars in this area. Next to me, we got another M3 next to another M3. Pretty dope. It's my M2 with gold wheels, black stripe. And it's very busy towards the front here. The next row we got a gray M8. Got another white M2, which is pretty dope. That's an M2 Competition with an M3 behind it. The next row, you got what I just showed you before, yellow M4, which is a fucking beautiful, it's like a hyper metallic. It's like a hyper metallic. Next to a V8 M3, next to an M8. Next row after that, got another white M2, which I never see this many M2s at once, so it's pretty dope. But next to M2, I should actually just go over there because it's pretty dope. It's an M4 GTS. Now the M4 GTS is absurd. Look at it. M4 GTS, extremely limited. This is like the most race car version of the M4, the last generation. But even the details, even down to like the lip, the wheels are sick. The whole orange accents. Inside is sick. Racing seats. They got the roll bar, no back seat. Carbon fiber roof. Got some cars coming by. Like I said, carbon fiber roof standard. Carbon fiber spoiler. Yeah, this is pretty. The M4 GTS is definitely like it's a pretty dope car. I used to see one in Long Island all the time, but you don't see these like ever. I think it's the first one I've even seen out here, and it's literally at a car show. But they were very rare. You can't find them for less than like 100 at this point, which is around when they started anyway. But M4 GTSs are very rare, very dope cars. But then the next row we got the M5. Funny story about this M5. My freshman year in college, the kid next door to me had one of these and I had no clue. I think we both were there for like a break. And he's like, oh, let's go to like McDonald's or something. I'm like, all right. Go outside, this kid has an M5. I'm like, bro, how are you not gonna say you have a dope ass M5, you know? But next to that, You're fine. We got another M2. I think that's is that Seiko orange? I forget. That's a really nice color. Really nice color. A little dark. I wish it was a little more bright, but very nice color. We got another M2. This is easily the most M2s I've ever seen at once. It's kind of funny. This one is very close to my spec, actually. Very close. She got the wheels in black. I had mine powder coated golds, but carbon fiber side view mirrors. This is very, very close to my spec. I just did more. I have carbon tips exhaust. I have a little more carbon fiber, but very close. You have a carbon fiber spoiler. Very close to my spec. We got the M3 next to it. We got the Z4M. It's pretty dope. I do really like these as well. We got M5 behind that, M3, and it goes on and on and on. So yeah, like I was saying, I've not seen this many M2s before, so it's pretty awesome. Although I haven't seen the owners because everybody's walking around, so you don't know who owns what. I'd love to talk to them because there's some mods I want to do them on that I'd love to talk to someone who's actually done them, but we'll see. I'm not gonna say what they are yet, but if I do the two things I'm thinking of, my car is gonna be extremely fast. It's gonna be a fucking monster. But I wouldn't do it till like the end of the winter for next spring, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna keep moving around. Also, I guess I should show this new M4. BMW has a booth here. So new M4 as well as a new M3. Now, unfortunately, one of the things I want, oh, and can't really see it, the M5 matte black is over there. But the M3, I really wanted to sit in these seats. These seats look really cool. These seats look really cool, but unfortunately they're very narrow. So yeah, I don't fit. It was really pinching me and squeezing me. My shoulders and lats don't fit, and my legs don't fit. Such is life. So also pretty dope. Matte black M5 competition. Dope, but not really for me. I like smaller cars, although these are extremely fast. Not out of the question that I get a used one in like a year or two. So here we have Pittsburgh Cars and Coffee, which I tend to go to when I can, when I'm here. But they do it every other Saturday at Jenna Roaster Coffee in Warrendale, PA. Decided to take a jog over here, so I'm out of breath. It was uphill. But there's always a lot of dope cars. I already see there's some cars I haven't even seen yet, so about to get into it. So here's something you don't see every day. RWB 911. Looks ridiculous in person. These rear wheels gotta be like 13 inches. Pretty sick. Also an Ariel Atom. Something you don't see every day. This would be fun as hell to drive. I can't even imagine. We got Dr. M3 on Instagram's Aventador. If you guys are into cars, you know who that is. But he always goes to Cars and Coffee. So another car you definitely don't see every day, a Noble. Very rare. It's like a British kind of kit car where you order it up and put it together yourself, so you can, it's highly customizable. Put exactly what you want in it. It's pretty dope. Another dope car, SLR Roadster. With this red, I don't think I've ever seen an SLR in red. Not that you see a lot of SLRs to begin with, but that red is something serious. Got an 812 super fast, highly underrated, fast ass V12, like 800 horsepower. Stupid. Got a 600 LT. Somehow I'm still surprised how small these are. Every time I see them, I'm literally like, God damn, that car is really fucking short and really tiny, but pretty amazing. Got a Huracan Performante. There's actually a couple of them here, but it's still amazing nonetheless. This is probably my favorite car here. Mostly because it's my boy John Webby's car. Pretty dope. And it's manual. And it's loud as fuck when he turns it on. This thing is no joke. It's very loud. Straight pipes. It's serious.